What is up, everybody? How's it going? And welcome back. So I got some Auxbeam light pods in. So these guys, and I will leave a link for both of these. These are the more expensive ones. These were $103, which are actually quite a bit nicer. They have a lot thicker heat sink versus these guys. You can hear that. It's a quite thin heatsink. These were only $54, and these were $103. So the heatsink on these is a lot thicker. These also have a plug-and-play harness. You just plug this in, and you're good. These have, they come with everything you need, and you just plug these wires into these wires. My gripe about these is that they made the wires extremely short. I'm going to end up cutting this sheathing back and doing this properly. But I do have battery here, and I have a clamp meter here. And I want to show you guys a couple things. Now, these are 6-mode lights, both of them. So these are, like I said, both 6-mode lights. These are not as bright as those guys. But I can tell you right now, they are not as they're rated. So these are supposed, according to the website on Amazon from Auxbeam, they're 96 watts, and these are 76 watts. I can tell you right now, if that was true, these would be 10 amps. They would be 8 amps, I'm sorry. These would be putting out 8 amps, and these would be putting out like 6.5 amps, somewhere in there. It's like 7 amp, 0.12 amps, or 10, something like that. They are bright. These are not as bright as the other ones. So those guys right there, these have a lot hotter spot beam. As you can see, the spot beam on the $100 ones are definitely brighter. And you can even see it from here. These are definitely brighter than these guys. So spot beam on the cheaper ones, spot beam on the $100 ones. Now these are the 6 modes that they have. So they have white, then they have yellow only, which are pretty equal, in my opinion. The spot beam on the yellows on these are definitely brighter. You can see the hot spots right here, and the curtain are brighter than these guys. Then you have white and yellow is the third option, where you see white and yellow light at the same time. This one still has a hotter spot beam. And then seizure warning. If anybody has seizures, turn it off here. So you have strobe white is the 4th setting. Then you have strobe yellow, which is the 5th setting. And you can see these are definitely brighter on the spot beam, on the yellow. And then you have strobe white and yellow as the 6th setting. If I turn these back to their regular mode, you can turn them off. They do have a memory function, so they'll turn back on to the last mode you used. If they are out of sync, like say I unplug this light, and then I only turn one pod on, and then I plug this one in and turn this one on, what will happen is you can literally just hold the mode button down, and it will change them and resync them, and I'll show you guys that, right? All right, here we go. So I unplugged one of these guys over here. These guys are being stubborn. So turn this one on, see how one light turns on. And then if I plug this guy back in, let's say I move this one to the yellow mode. Let's move that one to yellow. And then turn it off. Plug that guy back in. Now they're going to be 2 different modes. There you go. So now to fix this and resync them, all you do is hold the mode button down for a few seconds. And it resyncs. So there are nice lights. I do have to state that these lights are a lot better, but I want to also show you guys that these are not the true wattage that they state. So if I turn my clamp meter on, here we go. I'm going to change it to DC, and there we go. All right. So now if I turn these $100 ones on white, they're putting out 3.8, which we might have to pause the video and let this battery charge a little bit because the battery is at 50% at the moment. So I'll bring you guys back and we'll redo the testing when the battery's got a little bit more charge. All right, so we're back. So these $100 lights right here from Auxbeam, turn it on, 3.79. Yesterday when I did a YouTube video on this, it actually did show 4.25 on these guys. And then these guys are only putting out 1.26 amps. And if you do them together, you're getting about 513 is what it showed. And this battery is just being trickle charged. That's why it's dropping. This number could be different when they're mounted on a vehicle and they're being charged by the alternator. So that there could be a difference. But if you change the modes, it really doesn't change anything. If you do strobe, you can see that it bounces like that. But so as of the testing I'm doing, they're only putting out, these are only putting out about 68 watts, and these are only putting out about 15 watts, which is a big, significant difference. These are stated to be 76 watt, which is actually 6.39 amps. These are not even putting out, both of these together are not putting out 5 amps. So these, when I tested yesterday on the YouTube video when I was recording for that, they were putting out 4.39 amps. These are putting out 1.9 amps. So the battery has been drained. That's probably why it's showing a little less. But 76 watts would be 6.36 amps. And 96 watts would be 8 amps. So these should be together putting out 15 amps, and they're not. I can redo the testing when I get them installed on the vehicle. These are going to go on the back bumper. These are going to be going on the ditch brackets that I'm waiting to get from Fabrication. I could take you guys outside and show you where I'm going to be putting them. So these are 3" by 3" by 3". So this top to bottom's 3", side to side's 3". Back from the front to the very farthest point on the back is 3". And from here to here, this little short corner is like 2¼ inches. These guys are labeled as 3" pods, but they're not 3 inches. So these are actually 3 inches from the top to bottom, but they're almost 4 inches from side to side, and they're almost 4.5 inches deep. So I'm going to bring you guys outside. I'm going to show you where I'm going to put these. These are going to be ditch lights, and these are going to be bumper lights for the rear. All right, so those lights are going to go on Crimson Ruby here. And so I got some Fabrication ditch pod brackets coming. They're going to be mounting here. They mount on the hood hinges. So the more high-powered ones that are putting out about 66 watts actually, which is 4 or so amps, those are going to go here on the corners. And then the other ones that I showed you guys, the cheaper ones, I'm going to be mounting them back here. And they're going to be wired into the reverse lights. So I just wanted to show the information. You know, it possibly could go up on ampage and wattage, but as of right now, running on a full battery that, you know, has a little bit of drain on it, those lights are not putting out what they're advertised. If the expensive ones were 96 watts, they would be putting out 8 amps. If the 76 watt ones were correct, they would be putting out 6.36 amps. They're actually 15 watts on one, 66 watts on the other is what they're putting out at this moment. So don't trust everything you read on Amazon. I'm not trying to be mean to Auxbeam. I will put links down below, but I just want to be, you know, honest with you guys. I want you guys to see the actual facts. I hope the video is helpful, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. See you guys next time.